I'm Grayson.
I'm Greta.
And we're horrible at this.
We are.
So anyways, story time.
Straight.
We were out with our friends.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to eat some dinner.
Yes, we did. I don't even know the story.
I'm sorry, I didn't even tell her what story it's like. I'm sure she'll catch on eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so we like pull into our favorite restaurant,
Yeah.
Ponchos and Lefties, and we see that it closes at 10. It's 9:30. We're like, this sucks. Like, we're not gonna be in there for half an hour. Which later we found out that you can only order till 10:30, but they'll still be like there later, so you can stay past. You can only order that time, but they're open a little later, which we didn't know. We were just like, oh, well, we're going to take more than a half an hour to eat. We think it was even less than a half an hour. So we're like, okay, we're going to just drive through town and see what restaurants.
I know what story I didn't know.
And we're going to see what restaurants there are. And literally, I just keep driving. Because we are two towns right next to each other.
Yeah.
So we just drive through one town. And then we're going into the next, which I pretty much call them the same town. But, and then we're driving through the other town, and then we start to get to the downtown of the next town. I'm like, literally, there's like 5 restaurants left. Like, we need to pick something. And we choose the last restaurant. Like, literally.
Well, there's Subway, but it's closed.
See, it was called, and then there's probably another one if you keep going down this road, but then you either go on to, like, a far away town, or you go to the next town or something. Sorry, this is Snapchat. Anyways. And so, the last restaurant in McDonald's, out of all the restaurants we had to choose from, we go to McDonald's. And literally, I was just like, guys, I'm hungry. Like, we're using, all of my gas. What?
We have 3 McDonald's, but one's in Walmart, and so it was closed because it closes at a certain time. Then we have another one that's, like, downish, townish, but it's, like, in the middle. Mm-hmm. And that is the much nicer one.
So we go by both the other McDonald's.
Yeah.
And we go to the last McDonald's. Because we're stupid. No, it's like we were so indecisive. Like, oh, I kind of like Wendy's. And somebody's like, no, I hate Wendy's. And somebody's like, oh, I could eat Burger King. And I hate Burger King. Like, no offense to Burger King, but I hate you. Okay.
And it's like Taco Bell. And, like, we had a friend that's like, yeah, I'm one of the...
Yeah. Like, none of us like the same things. And the one restaurant we all like, we thought was closing.
Yeah,
So
it wasn't.
So we're like, I'm just like, guys, we're going to McDonald's. Like, we're going to just keep driving around for hours at this point with our indecisiveness. Like, let's just eat. Like, I don't want to waste all my gas. So we pull in the McDonald's. It's late at night. We're like, what if it's closed? McDonald's doesn't close. What were we thinking? But no, it does close at some point, I'm sure. But so we go inside, and we're like, all there, and we're like, I don't know what to order. I'm pretty sure I got like a cookie and French fries. Or something dumb.
I think I got
real food.
No, I got chicken nuggets. I thought I got a pancakes, but I got chicken nuggets.
And our one friend actually got like a meal, and I was just like, it was like us and this other old guy, and then the employees, and then Greta has to get ranch, and she can't go up to the counter by herself. It's late at night. You're kicking the camera.
I'm sorry.
And she's like, so the other friend's like, oh, I need ranch too, so let's just go get some ranch. And they're like, okay. And like, okay. So they go up to the counter. You can tell this part because you were actually there. I was just sitting at the table.
So we go up to the counter. We're like, oh, we need some ranch. And then they have like a gray container that's like, I don't know how big. But he's like, okay, you can take the whole container, just like how much you want. And
it's like this big of ranch.
Yeah. And
like little ranch packets.
And I laughed because I was like, are you serious? / this is really awkward.
And I could like hear them over there like laughing and this guy like talking to him. And I'm like, this is really creepy because he's like 30 something, potentially 40. I don't think he was quite 40, but, and he's like, and they're all out there like, oh, and I was like, that's kind of creepy. Like, it's late at night. It's just us and like this guy and like 2 other employees. And they're just like, so anyways, keep something.
Yeah, okay. So I grow like 3 ranches and my friend grows like 2, I don't know. And then he's like, is that all? I'm like, yeah. My friend, this like is not important to the story, but she has a straw and she's blowing in it. And he's like, excuse me, this is a family restaurant. And I was like,
no. Like, the guy was just like making these like, you know how sometimes people like jokingly are like flirtatious almost? To me, it almost seemed like that towards them. And I'm like, these girls are like young teenagers and this guy's like talking. So I'm just like getting bad vibes from this situation. And I was just like, eating my food. I'm like, I just want to get out of here. Like, and I'm the one that's all like, let's just eat at McDonald's.
Okay.
But then I'm like, ew, we need to leave McDonald's.
and
then my other friend, I'm like talking to the other one that didn't go to get ranch with them. And I'm like, I kind of want to go. And she's like, yeah, me too. Like, she's like, I'm kind of feeling weird about this. And I'm like, same. And then, so they take forever. They're literally like going back and forth with like this guy for a little bit. I mean, it wasn't forever. It was probably like 3 minutes.
Well, I think we
3
were
minutes
also
to get
waiting
ranch.
for our food, but we needed ranch.
Oh, that's what it was.
Then when we get back, we sit down and start eating, and I'm like I thought that was a little awkward, but I was eating and I thinking everything's fine. And then Kristen's like, let's leave. And I'm like, it's fine. And then all of a sudden I say, oh, that dude's kind of weird. And I said his name. And
I
we'll
didn't
just
know his
leave
name.
that out.
I didn't read his name tag.
Yeah, and I read his name tag, and I said his name. And the friend who came up to get range with me was just like, I hate his name.
She's like, I hate, and she yelled so-and-so's name. Like,
Yeah.
let's say it's
And then
Jim Bob. Let's say his name's Jim Bob. It was not Jim Bob, even a little bit.
Yeah.
And she's like, I hate Jim Bob, like, randomly. And then Greta's like,
I was like, stop, that's
Like,
his
don't.
name.
and she didn't hear her saying that. And she's like, oh, I hate Jim Bob. And she's like yelling it. And it was the guy's name. And she's like, oh my goodness, I didn't know that. Like, she just started yelling random names because she's like that. And then she's like, harassing the other employee. There's this employee.
Yeah, he was cleaning the bathrooms because
No, he was like changing out the garbage can at that time, so he was like semi near us because we were kind of close.
Oh, she was like, is Miracle Whip or mayonnaise
She's
an
like,
instrument?
is mayonnaise an instrument? And he's like, I don't know. And she's like, and she's like, is it? And he's just like, I don't know. I'm like, Hannah, you're like straight up harassing this employee. Like, stop.
Okay, and then it was like 11 at night, and we're at McDonald's, of course, downtown.
And there's this creepy old guy like waiting for the bus.
Yes, because the bus
which
goes to McDonald's.
wasn't really a big deal because he was over in this other restaurant we were, but he was just like,
No.
I don't know.
Okay, but what I'm trying to get to is, then it was, late at night, so the one employee who's taking out the garbage, cleaning the bathroom, and she's like, he's going in the girls' bathroom. I'm like, shut up!
Like, duh, that's his job. There's 4 of us here, and none of us are in the bathroom. He can clean the freaking bathroom. I get really mad at her when I tell this story, but honestly, she's not that bad. Like, just this one night, I was, like, ready to punch her I did punch her later in the story. You'll wait and see. But no, it was just rough. And, like, so we're all sitting there. I, like, scarfed out my food. I'm like, I'm done. And I'm literally, like, she ordered, like, a full meal.
I, like, ate 2 chicken nuggets, and I brought the rest to, we went to her friend's house, so I brought the rest to her house.
I, like, scarfed out my fries and my cookie. I think I got ice cream or something, too. And I'm just like, I'm done. And then, like, my other friend, because we ordered first, she's done, too. And we're like, we just need to leave. Like, and she's just, like, eating her whole meal, like, I'm going to eat it however I want because I don't want to leave yet. And I was just like...
And then that's to the point where I was like, okay, we can leave. Because then Jim Bob just was on break and decided to go outside and take a little
Yeah, he was going outside to get a smoke break. And there's, like, this window so you can see outside, right outside. And he, like, walks out and he's like, and I'm like, I don't know. He didn't really look at us. And he walks outside. And when he goes out, we all kind of, like, stare at him because we're just like... And he, like, looks and he gives us this, like, smile, like just a random, like...
Of course we're all staring at him,
smile,
though.
and I'm, like, staring, and I just, like... Have you ever got a gut feeling that you're just, like, you get, like, a bad gut feeling, like, I have to leave? Like, the second he made that face, it was just, like, I have to leave. And, like... And this story makes us... Every time we tell somebody, they're like, you're so stupid. Like, he's a McDonald's employee. You were fine. But, like, have you ever gotten a gut feeling where you're just, like... This is bad. I need to go. Like,
and then, of course,
his smile gave me, like, chills of fear. And it wasn't even, like, that scary of a smile. It wasn't like he was, like...
And then, of course, she was, like,
did anything crazy.
grabbing all her food. I was like, okay, you guys, we can leave, but I need to get a refill. And literally, they're walking out the door while I'm trying to get a refill.
I was like,
don't leave me.
I was like, I'm leaving now. Like, I had, like, like...
Yeah, let me get
a
kidnapped.
gut feeling. And I was like, I'm leaving right now. And then she's like, wah, like, trying to scare us. She's like, why are you so scared? Like, you guys are so dramatic. Like
and
I'm
nothing's gonna happen.
No, I know I'm being dramatic right now, but, like, I watch a lot of scary stories or, like, kidnapping stories or whatever, and they're like, I got this gut feeling, and I didn't listen, and then I got kidnapped. Like, I literally watch videos, and they're like, I got a gut feeling, and I didn't listen, and I now, every day, I wish I would have listened to that. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be one of those people. I'm listening to my freaking gut, okay? So...
What you saying? Yeah. Okay, gotta go. Gotta go. Let's go.
And I'm like, okay, I'm leaving. So I'm like, Hannah, I keep using your name. I'm sorry. I'm leaving, and I'm leaving without you. And my friend, other one, I'm not gonna use her name. I'm gonna try harder. I'm like, she's like, yeah, we're going. And then she's all like, I need to get a refill. Like,
It's like, my
forget
cup's
your drink.
empty and we're leaving. Hello, free refills.
And so, anyways, we're like leaving,
Refills.
and I like am trying to unlock my door, and I think I was even holding my keys. You know where you hold your keys and like your keys sticking out. You know, because they say you should do that for safety, like when you're walking to your car by yourself. I wasn't even by myself, and I'm like on edge. Like,
I like. Do you ever feel like there's something like under the car? Like I stood away from the car, and when I opened
like,
the door, I jumped in.
yeah.
Oh wait, I forgot. Oh wait, it wasn't to that part yet. Okay, never mind.
Anyways, and so we all get in the car, and I'm like, Hannah, you just don't, like, I'm trying to explain to her, like, a gut feeling, and I'm, like, explaining all these videos I watch where these ladies or these guys don't listen to their guts, and then they got kidnapped, or they got, like random stuff, you know, happen to them, and it's, like, bad, and so I'm, like, trying to explain it, and she's like, you're so overdramatic, like, that's so dumb, and I'm like, no, like, my gut. And then like our other friend was like, yeah, that was a rough situation, like I was feeling stuff too, like we were both feeling it. It'd be one thing if I just felt weird, like maybe it was just like a weird thing. See, and I just felt weird. But no, she felt like it too, and then she said later that she kind of felt weird.
Yeah, like I felt awkwarded out, and then once
I had like a
she
gut
started
feeling, like,
saying his name and I hate him, I was like, and then when he went outside and looked at us, I was like,
no,
okay, we can leave.
It was like one thing if you like smile because you're like an employee and these people are staring at you, but he was just like, his smile was so freaky, and then he just like lit his cigarette and was like,
yeah, like
after
it
was
that,
just like,
let's leave, yeah.
I need to leave. Like, this is weird. This guy's weird. And so then we're driving, and I'm like telling her this, and she's like, what? And then she's like, there's this guy. It's like 11:30 at this point. 11:40. It's close to midnight. It's like almost midnight. I don't know what time it is, but it's like that. And there's this guy walking down the sidewalk by us, and she opens the window. I'm like, Hannah, if you open that window. And I'm like trying to hit like the window buttons, but I'm driving, and I'm like, and she like yells. This is a guy walking down the market. She's like, "Wah!" and just yells like randomness out the window at this stranger walking down the sidewalk at like 12 o'clock at night. And I'm like, you don't do that. Like, what if that guy would have had a gun and pulled it out and shot at you? Or like, that's just like freaking some random person out on the sidewalk. Like, who does that? And I literally just start punching her. Like, I'm driving and I'm just like, and I'm like not that strong, but I'm just like punching her, and she's like, ow, 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 like stop. And I'm like, no, like I was like, if you do that one more time, I'm going to freaking punch you in the head. Like, stop. And then like we have to go back to our church to get her car because we all rode together. And so we go back to our church, and she's like, guys, now you got me all freaked out. Like, I'm not driving alone. Like, one of you has to come with me. And I'm like,
I'm driving.
I'm driving, and I'm not going by myself. Like, these guys aren't leaving me. Like, you freaked us all out. You can go by your freaking self. Like, I am done. And so, like, my other friend's like, I'm staying.
Yeah,
with
she
Grayson.
would unbuckle. She's like,
I'm not even moving. Like, I'm staying here.
Oh.
And I think she ended up, like, she eventually talked Greta into going with her. But then I think my other friend, like, I locked the doors, and she, like, she's in the backseat, and she, like, crawled over the front rather than getting out because she did not want to get out of the car. And I was like...
Okay, eventually, the only reason I think I ended up doing this is because she wasn't going to leave unless someone rode with her. And me, I was like, well, I guess if I was in this situation, I wouldn't want to be alone. And then, so, finally, I literally jump out of the car, and then her car's locked, and I'm like, open the door! And then she's like, look, is that someone over there? And I'm like, I know there's no one over there.
Somebody was following us. I was like, what if he got in his car and followed us? Like, I was that paranoid. That was a little over the top.
I knew there's no one there, but just the thought of it freaked me out. So I, like, hopped in the car, and I'm like,
I think I drove really fast to her house. Like, I think I was speeding. I'm not gonna lie. I was really speeding. I was just like, I need to get to her house.
And then the whole car ride, she was, like, trying to freak me out. And I'm like, stop. I'm going to freak out.
I was like, get to her house, get inside, be safe, be happy. And, like, the rest of the night, we're all like...
Well, I'm going to say this. Then we had a friend who's live on Instagram, and she had to tell her the whole story. And I was like, and she's like, guys, like, that's not good. And we're like, yeah.
No, didn't we FaceTime her? Or
Well, we FaceTimed her after it.
yeah. And then we like told her the story, and she's like, it was really funny actually by then. But no, it was just like, man, sometimes I still think of that, and I still like avoid going to that McDonald's.
And it's like, it's not a bad McDonald's.
Yeah,
like they just
like,
remodeled it.
and everything, and it's like nice. I just hate it. Like it just and I think that guy was like a manager or something. So it's like, I don't know
if he's good with faces, but I am. And if we ever went back, I'd know it's him.
And I would like avoid him at all costs. I'd probably be like, hey, will you order for me like somebody else?
I ain't ordering.
Like we were gonna go McDonald's another time, me and another group of friends, and they were like, oh yeah, we need to go to McDonald's. I'm like, okay, can we go to this McDonald's instead of McDonald's? Like I get this one's a little closer, but like everybody else had to go that way to go home anyways. I was the only one that would have to go farther, I'm pretty sure. So I was like, can we go to this one anyways? And they're like, oh, why? Like, I'm like, because there's this guy that works there, Jim Bob. And they're like, Jim Bob who? I'm like, do you know the guys that work at McDonald's? Like, I was like, why do you care what his last name is? I'm like, I don't know his last name. And they're like, oh, okay, like, I guess we don't have to. Like, that's creepy. I'm like, I guess we can go, but, like, if he's working, I'm probably going to leave. Let's be real. And they're like, okay, well, we'll go to the other one. And it was just really weird. So, yeah, fun times. Summer adventures with Grace and Greta. Bye.